I'm here back with another Transformers video review. Now today we're going to be taking a look at, as per the title page, the Transformers 4 Age of Extinction Deluxe class SCORN. Now I picked this guy up just today at my local Toys R Us. Focus there on the package for you. As you can see, a nice clear package, so you get a nice look at the figure there. I do really like the CGI sort of artwork they did there for SCORN. I really think that is just awesome. But yeah, this is the deluxe version, and I'm not sure if we will get a Voyager, but I really hope we do. Probably doubt it. In the back here, you see the other figures that are in the line. Here you have SCORN in his Dino mode, and here a picture of him in his robot mode. Tail becomes spear. Is it Grimlock talking or something? With the and a little bio up here that reads, SCORN has the jaws of a dino and the personality of a tank. He's a rumbling, thundering warhammer on legs. Pretty cool. Pretty nifty there. So, let's get him out here and see if he holds up. And here we have him opened up and out of the package. Now, I personally love this figure. This is one of the Age of Extinction figures that I was really hoping to get. You know, obviously, along with certain primes here. Now, SCORN, in my opinion, is the best looking dinosaur to come out of Age of Extinction. Now, I'll probably pick up the others at some point, because you guys know my opinion on Beast Formers. I don't really like them all that much. SCORN, and with some help from Grimlock, but I haven't gotten the movie Grimlock, but you'll see which one I mean in a minute, have completely changed my outlook on these guys. SCORN is amazing. You can just see here how cool, you know, some of these poses you can get him in on. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Clip, there we go. Stay. You can, you know, hold his hands down low and just have him, you know, just, oh, it looks so cool. I wish I had my little plane that I could reenact the Jurassic Park with, but yeah, anyway. The paint apps on this guy, I've been messing with him a little bit. You know, I bought him this morning, so, before I went to work. And the tail has some, like, a really nice gradient on it. It is a, soft rubber, but it does have something inside that, holds it, sort of. It's like a thicker rubber. The spines up here are rubber, so you're not going to be poking anybody's eyes out. And he is kind of unbalanced, but I'll show you a fix to that in a second. When you open the packaging, he comes with his instructions, which you do see here. The instructions for him, I really do like how they're going with, like, pictures like that. I think that's pretty cool. I did like it when they were actually using the actual toy, but oh well, times change. I was hoping that there would be a little bit more of a bio, but since I watched video reviews, I didn't really need the instructions anyway. Now, when you get him out of package, because he is in Dino mode when you get him, when you get him out, he will have his legs down. Let me see if I'm doing it right. I am. Down like this. And I just pushed it back up. But they will be down in this sort of position. Now, while that does make him look a bit taller, it's kind of like a hater's pose, you know. That does make him taller. It also makes him a whole lot more back heavy. So what we're going to want to do is when you get him out of the packaging, he's going to be slightly transformed like this. Push this out and bring the legs back to get him so he stands. He becomes a little shorter, but he's so much easier to stand. I'm actually redoing this video because of that reason. You know, he stood about this much taller, but well, maybe not that much, maybe, you know, that much taller. But he was constantly falling back, and that was one of my nitpicks, and I figured, when I figured out how to fix it, I should, you know, redo the video. So, there we are. But other than that, you know, he looks just freaking awesome. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to gush in this, but he really impresses me. Now, the paint apps, the eyes, I think, let me do this. There we go. The eyes are pretty good. They're not as good as some I've seen. Some actually have a little paint dot there. And let's see if I can actually zinc. There we go. Much better. He has got a very nice paint deco going on. He has a nice tampoed Autobot logo there. And like I said, the gradient in his tail just works really well. And the little red bits on his spines here are actually pretty cool. He does have a little tongue, which is awesome. Sort of looking into the camera going, "Raw." So just awesome. And on this side, you see, it doesn't have the head peeking out there, no Autobot logo. But, yeah, setting it back here, and we'll get the camera focused on him. And then we will get down to the transformation. So, first what you want to do is straighten his head out if it isn't already. I take these spines, and I get them out of the way first. I just set them to the back. You can actually push them back, and they'll actually hinge backwards, because it's on a hinge. Then, if you haven't already, rotate these, so he's kind of looking like he's swimming or flying. But then bring that crotch section I told you about earlier down. And then that piece, it's up like that. Bring it down like that. And if these flaps kind of do what they want to, just fold them down. Then take the leg, and it's on a double hinge, undouble hinge it. Double hinge it on both sides. And then you want to take this third middle toe and switch it forward, so it becomes sort of a point on the back end. And you can leave him like that in his robot mode, or in his dino mode. It doesn't really hinder the look at all, but it just gives them more support in the back. And what you want to do is, with this red, kind of push them apart like that, so they sort of fill out his legs a little bit. Now what you want to do is take this armature section, bring it down, and rotate it. And when you do, you'll notice that there is a slight automorph. I'll show you it now if I can do it again. His head pops up and his arms slightly move upwards. Get down. Get down. Break his arm, bring it down and around, forming his lance arm strong. And his other hand, you have several options. You can leave it as a dino arm and kind of do a Beast Wars Megatron. Or you can rotate it, open up the jaw completely, break it back like that, then reach around in here, push out the hand, and it will snap. You'll hear it peg in, just like that. And you can leave it like that, or you can close it up, giving him more of a dino. I personally keep it like that, just because I think that gives him a nicer look. And you come around here and pull up his head. And there you have SCORN in his robot mode. And I just think this guy absolutely knocks it out of the park. This guy has completely set me on getting the rest of the Dinobots. Now, there is this section of back kibble here that you saw me mess with. You can leave it down, because it does afford him a waist swivel, Reggie, a waist swivel, or you can leave it up. It doesn't really matter, but it pegs in to kind of lock up his swivel. What I do, and this is thanks to Vangelis, get his arms out here to the side. You can bring this down, and what I do is I just bring these arms around and in to the waist here to give him sort of more dino bits on his robot mode, and it gets rid of the shelf butt that he has. So that's one of the fixes, and I was really impressed when I found that out through Vangelis. So it wasn't mine. This isn't my fan mode, but at least I'm giving credit. So you can have it sit exactly, close down like that if you want to. I prefer to have it up a little bit. Gives him more of a, gives him not so much of a in the waist, if you know what I mean. First, we'll do some size comparisons before we get on to the articulation and the accessories. Here he is with Evasion Mode Prime, as you can see there. He is a Deluxe, so he is a fair bit shorter than the Voyager Prime. Here we have with Starscream of the Generations line. See how well they would stack up together. And I just got done shooting my Starscream review, so I've got Starscreams all over the place. But here is Warpath. For no reason. Just said he's built like a tank, so here is a tank. Blammo! Yeah. Alrighty. Articulation time. Yes. His articulation, his head is on a ball joint. But because of the way that the helmet is shaped, I don't know if you can really see that too well. Excuse me. It's got these little bits. Come on, focus. It's got the little bits on the helmet that if you lift it up, it's got that sharp edge. So you can't really get a whole great look out of the back. You can take the head off and round it, which I will at some point, but you know, it doesn't really bother me to have him look. I mean, he's sort of looking down, but that's kind of how I would imagine him. I mean, the Dinobots are supposed to be huge anyway. Refocusing, because, you know, that's the thing to do when you don't have an actual camera that focuses. His shoulders rotate 360 degrees. They go out and in. They bend at the elbow, you know, as it should. And he does have this really nice kind of lance shield looking thing going on here. Sorry it's so dark. I'm not sure why. But, yeah. You've got that. On the other side, you've got the same bit of articulation. Does rotate all the way around, goes in and out. And because of the way that the head is articulated in Dino mode, you can actually have him, you know, go like supporting his lance or something like that. Or something, I don't know. But it is greatly articulated. There. This arm is kind of long, but then again, you're looking at his lance arm. Strong? Sorry. His lance arm does kind of overshadow the length of the other one, so, you know, the gorilla arm, not too noticeable, and it doesn't really bug me on this particular toy anyway, because, again, he has this huge other arm that you're sort of, you know, paying more attention to, and I think that's what does it. But anyway, getting his arms out of the way, we shall move on. And I'm going to move these out of the way too. You can kind of put them up there if you so desire. That's not bad. But as I said, he does, put that down, he does have a waist swivel, but it only goes that way due to the transformation. It will not turn the other way. I don't think it will. Oh, it will. It just sort of, you have to break it. And you have to break the gear for the automorph. So it does go, you know, you can have him look behind him if you want, because that's a thing. His legs will go out that far, back, you know, that far, and they are on a ball joint. So, and apparently these joints like to wear and strip sometimes, so careful of those. Knees bend at 2 places, so that's cool. And that's basically it for SCORN. Now the packaging actually shows his legs, you know, like that. And you can have him straight-legged if you so desire. I mean, I'm not a fan of chicken legs, but I understand why some have to have them, aka Starscream. But that is about all I can say for SCORN. I absolutely love this figure. I love the head sculpt. I love the Dino mode, how it's integrated into the body. And as you can see here, he's got like a mouth, the mouth of the dinosaur, or half the head of the dinosaur on his waist here, which, you know, technically he has it on his arm. So we don't bring up the fact that it's on his arm. Shh. But, yeah, SCORN. I say, if you're going to go in on the Dinobots, you got to have them all, you know. I'm going to plan on picking up Slug and Strafe, and then the other 2 that are coming out in Grimlock. So, I almost forgot to mention, he does come with a sword. A little sword that just stores in here when it's not being used. Which is an actual really good way to store. I love that he has weapon storage in his robot mode, dinosaur mode, that actually sort of makes it look like it's supposed to be there. It's not perfect, because this is rubber. You know, you're not going to match plastic to rubber. And you can give him a dinky little sword, if you so desire. I'm not really sure that it's a sword. More of a Lettner opener. If you get that, you're awesome. So, you can give him a sword, but again, he's got a lance arm. Why would he need a sword? That's just my opinion, apparently. So, SCORN, 9 out of 10. I love this guy. Yeah, but if you're looking at going to get into the Dinobots, SCORN, I say, is one that will inspire and, you know, just sort of get you in the whole Dinobot mood. But with that being said, this has been Optimus Prime. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I will talk to you later. Hope you guys have a great day, great night, whenever you're watching this. Take care, guys.